We ready to roll?
Broadcasting live from the internet, it's Tuesday night, and this is the Panels on Pages podcast.
Big boys playing with big toys.
This is quality content.
The boomers are into it.
Hey man, I just show up.
With your hosts, Lee Rodriguez,
I am a visionary. Like, oh, you have a podcast? I'm like, no, that's not me. That's somebody else.
Jason Nyes,
Yeah, sure. I'm not getting any vegetables in my diet. I'm just a thick boy.
Jose Guzman,
Is Jose on the show tonight?
He says he's coming.
It's like Elton John all over again, just minus the death threats.
Kelly Harris,
Reach your hand in your pants there, big boy. That's not me. I don't sound like that anymore.
and our good buddy Mahoney.
And Mahoney's here. What's up, Mahoney?
We can do just glorious, wonderful things on our phones, people.
No one's ever done anything like this before.
It's gonna be massive.
It's going to be great. I mean, obviously, I think it'll be great.
And it's all killer, no filler.
My seat's on fire! You take so hot!
Come on. It's so good.
It's pretty good. It's there. It's reliable. You know what you're getting every single time.
Man, I'm so glad you found us.
You're all terrible people, and I'm glad you're my friend.
Put that in the intro.
That's really funny.
Over 500 episodes, and you'd think they'd have the hang of it by now.
It seems like the concept that would run its course very quickly. What is happening, everybody? Today is Tuesday, March 5th, 2024, and this is episode number 654 of the Panels on Pages podcast. I am your host, the Lord Reverend Lee Rodriguez, and joining me tonight, we got Mr. Jason Nyes.
You can't blow up the moon.
Kelly Harris. What's up, Kelly?
I spent $250 on Legos like a real grown-up.
Hell yeah. And Mahoney's here. What's up, Mahoney?
This is how I've always talked. I don't know what you mean.
Kelly, that was a lot of Legos for $250.
That was a lot of Legos. You posted that picture, I was like, that is hundreds of dollars of Legos.
Yeah.
I feel like they made the Animal Crossing boxes a lot bigger than they need to be, though.
Like the box itself compared to the contents?
Yes, just based on like the piece counts in them.
Okay, yeah, those are tiny little sets. The big one's the piranha plant.
Yeah.
I know the price went up like last year or something, so maybe this is some kind of subtle marketing trick to make you
Maybe.
feel like you're getting more.
Yeah, because the boxes for the Animal Crossing are pretty big, but I think the biggest like piece count is 500 some.
I think they did a really good job pricing those Animal Crossing ones, because they could have easily just been like, you want Animal Crossing? Oh, well, here's everything, and it's $400. This is the only way to get it, you know?
Yeah.
Like
But
the
I mean,
Office set or the
I'm
Friends set.
dumb. I would
you
have just done that.
know?
You know what Tom
They're
Nook
like,
says?
I don't want $400 from you
Okay.
now. I want $70 from every child over and over again as I slowly
Exactly.
build the island.
Exactly.
It's a good haul, though. That was one box of Legos.
Yeah, it was a big ass box.
Fuck yeah, bro.
You're
Love
gonna
it.
be busy.
Yeah, I'm hyped.
Love it.
Bro, we've still got Lego sets we haven't built from 2020.
Yeah,
I'd probably have that for just regular model kits.
I keep getting Nicole shit that she likes for Legos, but she's so fucking weird. She's like, oh, well, you know, if I build them, then it's over. I go, yeah. That's how it works. So instead
But
of just...
if you don't build them, it never starts.
Exactly, and then it
over.
never begins.
It's
Like, what are you
over,
doing?
but then you have something to display.
Yeah. And that's an issue too, though, because like she does have those Friends ones, and like they have a big footprint. You know what I mean? They're not tall, but they're very wide because they reproduce the the stage sets or whatever. And I've seen they have those like acrylic like cases, like display cases for them, so you can stack them high. You know, which are pretty cool. But some of the damn cases are $90, and it's like for fucking 4 sheets of plastic. Like, what do you think you are, NECA? What you doing? Absurd.
Got him.
Too damn much. We'll figure something out though. She got halfway through the.
Get like a fish tank. Put them in that.
Yeah.
There you
like,
go.
She,
There you
she
go.
got halfway through the Winnie the Pooh house, which is really, really cool looking, and that was it. It was like a year ago. And I'm like, you gotta finish that? She's like, oh, yeah, I'll get to one. I'll finish. I just don't want it to be over. I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. Meanwhile, I'm like, when's my next robot get here? I want to build it.
She's edging Legos.
Straight up. Straight up. Just the most delayed gratification.
She's all bricked up.
She's got the last Lego piece. She's like, Lee, count me down from 10. Count me down from 10.
Yeah, meanwhile, she it wasn't out yet, so for Christmas she like put the confirmation page in a box for the Super Mini Sun Vulcan Robo, and like that bitch is out now. I know it's out. I know Big Bad has it. She doesn't click the pile of loot to ship button, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? You're killing me. Like I want it. I want it now. I want to build it a week ago. What's the fucking problem, lady? She's like, oh, I forgot to. I'm like, you're a crazy person. Nonsense.
But if it comes to the house, that means it's over.
Right, yeah.
Lee, were you going to tell the story about that, what was it, construction paper, poster board that you put on your...
I wasn't gonna, but I can.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to. She'll never hear this.
I needed some poster boards because I have a really good idea for a photo I want to set up and take, and I will share it with you all only when it's done because it's gonna be dope as fuck. Have a great idea. And so, you know, I've talked before at length about how, you know, like I can't just put shit down. You know, it will inevitably disappear if I put shit down. You know, and like I had a specific plan involved for these papers, so I put it on the counter, and I'm like, "Hey, babe," and there's nothing. Like she's somewhere else. I'm like, "Hello, hey, yo, no," and she can't. She's not in earshot. So I grab a marker and I fucking just write on the thing on the packet, like the plastic is lined with, and I'm like, "Hey, please don't move me." And I thought that was the end of it. I presented that as a friendly request, like, "Hey, you know, just please don't move this." It was read, however, as a vicious personal attack, and it went really badly for me, and I felt like a real asshole when it was done. But that was not the spirit in which it was intended at all.
Here. I got a solution for you. It's simple. Little smiley face.
There you go. There it is.
Little smiley face, or maybe what do we have here? We got the apostrophe and don't. How about we make that a heart?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that'll work.
There you go.
Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah, I thought it was very clear my intentions. They were not. It wasn't great.
So what happened?
She hit you?
I took that shit upstairs and put it where it belonged right away.
Yeah, I gotta say, you were like, "Oh, that didn't go well," and I was like, "Why would you even attempt that? Why didn't you just immediately put that elsewhere?"
Yeah, it's because I was doing other things as well. I just didn't, you know, I was in the middle of something too. I just know if I put it down, I mean, 80-20, I come back to the kitchen in 2 minutes and it's gone. Like I know this to be true, but you know, oops. It is what it is.
The size of it and the fragility of it.
Now, you would think that would be an obstacle, but I don't believe it would be.
Right, like
I don't think it would be at all.
How would she have done it?
Yeah,
straight to Narnia.
You find it folded in quarters inside of a drawer.
No.
Like, no.
In between the mattress and the box spring.
I figured the most likely scenario would have been, you know, maybe lightly rolled, you know, between like the spindles on the staircase. But even then, I didn't want it even that much rolled. I'm like, oh, fine. And she's like, what? And, you know, that's kind of what I said. I'm like, oh, I just didn't want you to do the thing. And then she's like, oh, so I'm a fucking dummy. I don't know how poster boards work. I'm like, no, that's not what I meant.
No,
You know?
God damn it. I hate that.
Yeah, it didn't go great. Well, it wasn't my best plan.
All right, see, you know how you should have played it?
Like
Jax, that
did
was Jax, that was really rude. Why would you write that?
If she wasn't in the room with him, I would have thrown him under the fucking bus in a heartbeat.
You're just like, oh, they wrote what on it? Please don't move. Oh,
It was like that.
awful.
It was like that when I found it. It was the only one they had left at the store, and I had to get that one. I was like, oops. It's fine. It's fine. It's not a big deal. But for a second there, I got I was in big trouble. Apparently that was a shithead thing to do. But what are you gonna do? Look, we've been married 20 years. All right. Every once in a while, one gets by me. Like they can't all be great ideas, you know? Like
you just thought you were being adorable.
I was just being helpful.
Yeah,
like,
helpful and
I was
adorable.
covering multiple bases. You know, I mean, like, hey, you know, I know you don't like looking at things. I was gonna make sure you wouldn't have to for long, but in the meantime, please. Oh, okay, fuck me. Right, got it. Check. Hey, it happens. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it happens.
Couldn't be avoided.
It's batting average, right?
Oh, for 100%. Yeah, 100%. But yeah, I was at one point. I was like, "Can you honestly look me in the eye and tell me with a 100% certainty there was no chance you were going to move this?" She did not.
I bet when she started looking you in the eye, you were like, "Okay, please stop looking at me in the eye."
Yeah, that's why it hurts so much because
I bet she burned a hole right through your forehead.
Yep.
Yeah. Fuck that one up, boys. Don't know what to tell you.
Well, sorry to bring that up. I just you dropped that picture and then not a whole lot of details.
Yeah. No, just fuck that one up real good, boys. It happens.
It happens.
You know, every once in a while, you are the sitcom husband. Okay, it happens. Like those tropes exist for a reason. Yeah, big dummies. And if you've never been the sitcom husband, then you simply just must not be married, because it happens to all of us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hello.
Yeah, right. Fucking wild. But yeah, other than stepping in shit that I placed on the carpet for myself, been pretty chill otherwise. Well, Jax is way big into ghost adventures right now. So that's been kind of wild.
Okay.
Because we listen to a paranormal podcast every week. It's the same guy who does Time Suck, and I love the Time Suck podcast. If you're unfamiliar, it's Dan Cummins. He's a comedian, and every week he presents a topic just meticulously researched and presented with the utmost of care taken to be delivering quality information, but it's also very funny. It's a great show. And he has another podcast he does with his wife where they talk about supposedly true hauntings, or paranormal shit or whatever, always with the guys of I can't prove any of this shit. I wasn't there, but this is the story that's just been told, kind of shit. And more than once, it'll come up and like, oh yeah, this was this story was also featured on an episode of Ghost Adventure, whatever the fuck. So he was familiar with the name, and then he found out that it was on Max, and he's like, wait just a goddamn minute. You mean to tell me that we can check out, we can see the Zach Baggins, go do the Zach Baggins and stuff? And that's what we've been doing. We watched a lot of Ghost Adventures, and this fucking dork is so into it. It's hilarious. It's so funny to me how into it he is. But I feel like it was right around that time when I was like, checking out books on cryptids from the library and shit like that when I was a kid. It's a good age, I think, for that kind of curiosity. So it's been fun watching him kind of squirm in his seat a little bit, and then also kind of be like, really? You think? I don't know. Shit like that. It's pretty good. It's a good time. But
back in, when we were growing up, there wasn't a whole lot to dispel like ghost hunters or ghost stories or whatever. But now that they've got all of these shows on TV and we never have definitive proof, it's hokey as hell. I believe in ghosts, but the ghost hunters are silly.
Yeah, the ghost hunters aren't finding any ghosts.
we've seen a few episodes, a bunch now. It's all we did one day. I think maybe it was Saturday. That's a shitload of them. And they captured like on one of the episodes like some really really significant poltergeist shit, which was kind of wild. Because I'm the same as you. Like there was this one show that we watched a few months back. It was called the Netflix show called 28 Days Haunted. And it's based around the theory that Ed and Lorraine Warren had, the people from the Conjuring movies and whatnot. They had a theory that, you know, to to really kind of get the feel of a place and like, you know, really kind of get into a real kind of meaningful connection with whatever these spirits are, whatever the fuck, that it took about 28 days. And so the premise of the show is they took people, 3 different teams, and put them in 3 different places, you know, that were supposedly haunted, but didn't tell them shit about the place. And then supposedly, if you are inclined to believe, they all, using whatever the fuck their tools and shit, happen upon the truth of these places organically, right? They find out what happened. Like, oh, there were murders or whatever the fuck. Like, you know, they just happen upon this because the ghosts tell them or some shit, you know? But toward one of the kind of climaxes of it, like there's one part, and they've got these cameras set up all over the place and whatever, and they, you know, there's these, you know, all these rumblings and noises and the sounds of shit falling or whatever, and they're freaking out. But the sounds are coming from places where you know for a fact there are cameras. You know, like they've been in that place, so you know that there are stationary cameras set up in this place where all this noise is coming from. But we never see that angle for some reason whenever the sounds are happening. Not. You know what I mean? But I will say this about the Ghost Adventures show. They're pretty legitimate as far as like they seem to go out of their way to try to debunk shit that they capture, which is refreshing. And like when they do see something, it doesn't appear to be overly manufactured, because they don't capture that hard video evidence all the fucking time, you know. But they were in this one place we looked at, the one that we're watching today, and like a fucking it was this shitty basement in this building, and a whole bunch of just crap laying around, and there was a ceiling fan on a table, like a busted up ceiling fan, and when nobody else was in the room, like, you know, they were doing other shit, and that fucker just scooched right off the piano it was sitting on like there was a cat, like, batting at it. It was nuts, you know? It was pretty fucking wild. It was like, oh, shit. And if they showed that kind of stuff all the time, it would be much less impactful. But the fact that it's like the rare occasion where you see something actually physically move, you're like, oh, fuck, that was kind of wild, you know? Kind of shit like that. Oh, look at that, you know? But as far as those kinds of shows go, that was pretty well done, I would say. Because I've seen some real stinkers back in the day. Like, fuck. Like, what was the one that was on MTV? Where...
Oh, shit.
I don't remember what it was, but they would go... And basically every episode was just a bunch of people yelling at each other in the dark. And then them taking whatever footage they have to some expert. And then pointing at, like, you know...
Fear.
A darker... A slight... That was it, yeah. They would just point at a slightly darker place than the other dark shit on the screen. They'd be like, "Shit right there!" You know, like, it was inconclusive at best, I would say, for MTV's Fear. It was unimpressive. But,
man, we're just finding out everything about MTV was a lie.
Oh my god!
Like when we found out about Pimp My Ride, those poor people.
What happened to Pimp My Ride people?
They're just They would like
those cars were like ruined.
Yeah.
Oh really?
They would ruin the car.
Exhibit would show up and ruin your car and be like, "You're welcome."
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, people are mad at Exhibit. Like they'll come up to Exhibit and start cussing him out, and he's like, "Hey man, I was never there. Like I just did little intros and outros.
Like, I was the host. Right,
I
yeah.
didn't touch your fucking car, bro." Or MTV Cribs was all just rentals.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
Yeah, I
really?
didn't even live there.
Except for like
Wow.
specific occasions, like a Redman specifically was like, no, we're not doing some rented shit. You're coming to this piece of shit house in New Jersey.
That's some real red man shit. I respect that.
Real, recognize real.
Goddamn right. So, you know, Ghost Adventure's not bad. I'd recommend a solid watch.
You know, you sometimes look down on trash reality TV, but that's kind of what Ghost Hunters, Ghost Adventures is. But it's good, like, It's junk food. It's something you could put on and watch a bunch of episodes and look at your phone and spend time with your young child.
Yeah, he's way into it. I definitely would not be watching it on my own, but he's having a good time with it. We are kind of collectively, we're all rewatching Stranger Things right now because he would never seen that either, and he's so fucking into Stranger Things, and it makes me so happy. That's a good.
Oh, he loves the 80s
show.
now.
Oh, he loves the 80s. Although he fucking loves the 80s anyway. Like he's got books on vintage video games. Like he has a book called the Game of the Year, and it tells about the Game of the Year for every year since like 1985 or some shit like that. This is also the same dork that would not leave me alone. Like, would not stop talking and begging and asking for me to get him a copy of the latest edition of the SAS Survival Guide. Yes, as in British Special Services. Yes, that's the one. So now he has a fucking SAS field manual in his bedroom.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
The fucking weirdo.
Hey, man,
Like-
bone up. You're going to need it.
Yeah, he's like, I can do all this. Now I can learn how to build a shelter and find.
One
like,
day,
goddamn, son, what are
Jack
you
takes
doing?
a tourniquet and saves your life.
Exactly, yeah.
You know,
He fucking fortifies the homestead.
You know the old trope of like starting a kid early in sports and kind of molding them like the Tiger Woods playbook.
Sure.
But like this generation is probably one of the most likely generations to experience like a Mad Max type Holocaust dystopia. So, yeah, let's get them started early training, reading the SAS handbook, fucking
He
doing
knows.
cardio, eating out of cans.
Running the hills.
Yeah, teach him to like MREs.
I just
Yeah.
described
rations.
a QAnon doomsday prepper.
Oh my god. Fucking nuts. He's a cool little dude, let me tell you.
Rad
Real
ass
fucking weirdo
dude.
sometimes.
Yep.
'Cause I guarantee you none of the other kids you know are like, I want a SAS survival guide. I'm like,
How
"All right,
does
you
he even know what that is?
Bro, I don't
Gotta be
know.
YouTube. Gotta be YouTube.
He doesn't have YouTube on any of his shit. I have no idea how he knows. It's bizarre. But he reads a lot.
It's his
And so
secret
He very
burner
well may have
YouTube.
like read a
Okay,
book where
yeah.
someone talks
Some
about
character had one or something.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
because he reads a
Yeah,
lot.
probably.
And then he's like, and then he looks it up and he's like, oh, this shit's real. Okay, all right. And then maybe I need one of these, you know?
Maybe he got it from DuckTales because they got the Junior Woodchuck handbook, and he's like,
That's
"Do
true.
they have these for
Like,
humans?"
Give me a real life Junior Woodchuck guidebook. That's what I need. Just in case shit goes south. And then other than that, it's been playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It's real good, you guys. It's real.
Have you been
fucking good.
rebirthed? Are you rebirthing
I have
yourself?
been. It's so funny too because the remake was very linear, right? Like is more or less contained to Midgar, and it was very clear to point you to point A to point B, which is fine. I have no problem with that, but that's just kind of what that game was like. And this one, they adopt a more open world vibe. So, you know, you can fucking wrangle the chocobos and ride the big birds around and shit like that. And, you know, the opening, you know, couple hours, they're, you know, teaching you how to play the game, but also introducing a bunch of, like, you know, JRP bullshit. Like, you know, you gotta fucking go and hit this tower and it reveals the map, and you can explore this and get the points or what the fuck. And I'm like, man, fuck, I just want a Final Fantasy VII. I don't want to do all this bullshit. Turns out I really like all the bullshit. I'm like, fuck. Like, it's gonna forever to get through this goddamn game. Which is why I'm real scared to start Tears of the Kingdom, because that's a big one from what I understand. Lots of bullshit from what I gather.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I haven't even started that for the same reason. Like, I don't have it in me to construct vehicles and all this nonsense.
I'm pretty stoked about it. I'm just not quite ready to make the commitment yet. Probably after this. But yeah,
I pulled up
That's all I
Lego
got with-
Fortnite tonight for the first time, and
it's
just,
wildly different, I
just
guess.
struggled through it. Mary, how do I build a fucking whatever I had to build? I had to build something. I'm just trying to get that.
Super intuitive.
I'm just trying to get that last minute XP.
Yeah, it's not super intuitive unless you've Minecraft. You know what I mean? Like, if
Right.
you've never Minecraft, then you know what the fuck you're doing.
But it's also like, I assumed it was going to have Fortnite controls, but
No, not so much.
Yeah.
No.
and like you can't even look at your quests while you're in Lego Fortnite.
Yeah.
You have to go back to the lobby.
I don't like
But-
that you can't mark the map. That's
I tell you what,
miss, in my
I was
opinion.
fucking hauling ass on that rocket racing though.
I haven't played the rocket race.
That shit is wild. Like it's basically Mario Kart without the weapons, kind of.
Oh.
All right.
I had a good time. Much better time than Lego Fortnite. Because I had to fish. So first off, I had to find water. And I'm looking around like there's no water as far as the eye can see. I'm up flying. And then I get to the water and it's like, how do I build a fucking fishing pole now? I have no idea.
Right.
I have no idea what I'm doing. But I know how to drive. I know how to drift.
See? So you just went over in the right neighborhood and play with the right toys. I respect that.
Yeah.
That.
Just
What else is going on, Nice?
Well, we are still watching the Rust trial day by day because it is super interesting. There's one little bit that I wanted to share, kind of on the topic of what kind of crime do you have to commit for them to subpoena your text records or your messenger records. So the witness was a front desk worker at the hotel where the crew was staying. And he had been invited to the armorer's room multiple times over the course of 2 weeks. And this guy was ponytail, fucking scraggly ass beard. Like, he might as well have been wearing Janko jeans in the court. Real dirtbag.
hell yeah.
Real Santa Fe, New Mexico hotel check-in clerk vibes. And
that is so specific and so perfect of a description.
Yes. And the point the prosecution was making with this witness is he was in her room. He invited to her room multiple times. They were friends. And he saw ammo just out and about. Just fucking random bullets just chilling about her hotel room. No rhyme or reason. So it's showing the pattern of behavior of this armorer. But then they got to cross-examine him. And the defense attorney is straight up like, so you intended more than a friendship with Miss Gutierrez, didn't you? And he was like, I didn't know how it was going to work, but I was interested if she was. And then the defense is like, and you texted Miss Gutierrez Reed multiple times to the point where she stopped responding to you and eventually blocked you. Is that correct?
Jeez.
Oh, God!
Guys, like, let the record show this man can't close.
Yeah, what does that have to do with anything?
Well, it's like, well, this is why he's testifying against her, is because he got friend zoned. Is the implication?
Oh, come on!
Wild.
You gotta discredit every witness somehow, right? Sir, isn't it true that you're an incel who's never been laid?
And he's like, yeah, but she's got a pocket full of random bullets right now.
Poor guy just got told that he got put on red and blocked, and he had to hang his sad head and walk out of that courtroom with his little tiny titties just poking out of his shirt.
Oh,
They're like, no further questions, Your Honor. And then the Rust armorer accidentally fired a bullet, like at the table.
Imagine.
It's like, oh, my bad, sorry.
Imagine you're the defendant and your lawyers are going over the witness list that the prosecution is coming with, and they're going down the name, listing off names, and they list off one name, and you go, huh? who? I'm like, oh, this guy, the clerk at your hotel. And she goes,
The
Oh,
hotel
God.
fuckboy? That guy?
oh God, no. They're gonna parade every fucking dude that I banged in Santa Fe into the courtroom. I can't believe it. It's wild stuff. Makes me want to never get charged with any sort of manslaughter because
I think that's a good approach.
I do not need anyone going through my messages and using them as evidence in a court of law.
So I guarantee if that ever happens to us, we're going viral. We're going to be very popular on the internet.
This group of psychopaths
You're gonna be
drove
like,
numerous
"There's
people
600
to their
episodes of this
death.
show?"
Yeah, right? It went under the radar for 15 fucking years?
Oh shit, Lee! I'm glad you mentioned it. Fucking after midnight, it'll be the 6th of March, and that'll be 15 years since we started Panels on Pages.
I guess it would be, wouldn't it?
15
Damn.
years.
Phones are turning to dust as we speak.
Yeah, I was recently going back through a bunch of old videos, just kind of gathering links, and I was going through my old Silent K Productions YouTube, and you know how on YouTube it'll say like, oh, this is Silent K Productions. This has 254 views, and it was uploaded blank, and it was like 16 years ago. This shit was uploaded. A whole student driver
Yeah.
was.
That's quite literally what it is, because it
Yeah.
was just before we had Zoe.
Insane.
That's nuts.
What a time. It is, I mean, the longest I've ever done anything in my life.
I was thinking the other day about how, like, I think there was probably a time when, we're probably somebody, at least in the back of our minds, like, oh, we might fucking just get to write about bullshit for a living. And that didn't happen, but I'm super okay with that. But then you also, like, you don't have to zoom out very far at all to see all the shit that we did do and all the shit that did happen and the people that we did meet to realize,
Yeah.
this was one of the greatest things I ever did.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
Seriously, because I mean, if we didn't do it, like not only would like we not know each other, but like Nyes would have never met his wife,
Right.
Among many other things. Like it was just the fucking best thing. It was great.
Yeah, the way I like to think about it is we all had to write a couple of articles in exchange for all of this.
Right. Yeah.
And I mean, if you go back to the actual like purpose of what the website was, had we caught fire, had we become like the name in dipshit, pop culture commentary, it would have gone away.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even sooner.
100%.
Because if not by our own hands, but just by the way media has changed in the 15 years.
Right.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Not just one change, multiple changes. Like,
Well, and still, just think of how many things we were so far ahead of the curve on.
right. That aggravates me a lot, but it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Like, remember the Pop Goes the Fourth videos? Like,
Oh, yeah.
that was straight up travel vlog.
Yeah. I showed those videos in my fucking journalistic writing class or something.
Hell yeah.
I was like, and people were like, "Oh wow, this is interesting." And I was like, "Yeah,
Yeah,
that's my friends."
We were Twitching before it was even Twitch. It was Justin
TV.
Yep. Say it all the time. Been podcasting so long, you used to have to tell people what a podcast was.
Yep. And now
Mhm.
now it's just like, oh, you have a podcast? Okay, white man, everyone
Right.
does.
Exactly. Exactly.
And then you see these.
And like the one thing I always bring up with what I was doing, who was writing about wrestling on comic websites before me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one.
Nobody.
No one was.
Like,
And hopefully nobody after you.
who
either.
was doing convention coverage to the level that we were doing?
Yeah.
No one. I tell you all the time. I legitimately believe that you
Pioneered
set the standard for
Yeah.
convention videos, and every
Yeah.
convention video I've ever seen is a copy of what you came up with. Like every convention video I've ever seen is just an 11th hour video, not by 11th hour. You know?
Yeah. Shit, and then the con panels that you guys pitched that they turned down, that has been done over and over and over again since.
The amount of vision that people didn't realize that we had could fill buckets. Love you guys.
You're all the best.
Thank you to the 5 viewers in the chat.
Somebody was like, what about that Shia LaBeouf guy? Like, what a weird guy. Like, nobody ever heard from him again. And I was like, yeah, weird. Like remembering the email exchange, the fact that I have his signed comics on my drawers, my shelves over there, like the fucking nonsense of everything having to do with him.
I tell you what,
Like, whatever did happen to that guy.
Kelly and I, after one day, just this year at Toy Fair, or last year, whatever, the most recent one, whatever. I looked at Kelly and I'm like, how many people do you think have accidentally run into David Arquette in different states in different years? Just happened to be at the same place David Arquette is doing shit completely by accident.
It's
so bizarre.
I've actually been thinking about this idea lately of taking some of these stupid stories from the past 15 years and being like, this is the time we met Shia LaBeouf and got him to go to a Comic-Con, and it's just a little fucking TikTok explaining the story with clips in there or graphics or images.
It would
not a
probably
bad
be
idea
genius.
at all.
It'd be genius because we have seriously, so there's shit like that. There's, we had to move shit out of the way backstage so that like the cast of Batman 66 could get somewhere because we were setting up a fucking game show.
Mm-hmm.
Shit like that. We had like fucking Beat Mahoney and fucking sexy eye Lucy Lou. We all have so many of those fucking stories now. It's fantastic.
That time Dan Didio and Jim Lee took a bunch of jelly beans away from me.
Classic. That time we hit Tito with 2 pies.
2 of them.
Oh my
See
god.
Kevin Smith do that.
The fucking
when C-3PO almost ran me over.
Yeah.
Oh, god. I remember when that fucking guy, the stage manager guy, like he was. So in case you are unaware, if you're a relative newcomer or just if you don't remember, we did a couple of different game shows at some conventions back in the day, and the biggest one we ever did was a Family Feud. We did a whole ass Family Feud. No, a Double Dare.
Double Dare.
Double Dare.
Yeah.
Double Dare.
Family Feud is probably second biggest.
Yes, but Double Dare, we drafted all the questions, and we got a bunch of prizes donated, and we even kind of like put together an obstacle course, like the whole thing, like 9 steps with flags and the whole fucking thing, in front of a pretty goddamn huge audience.
Yeah.
It was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Like
the week before my wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like people recognized me on the train home after that. They're like, "Are you the fucking one of the Double Dare guys?" I'm like, "Hell yes." And I had more than one person be like, "It was the best shit that we saw all weekend. It was great." But like the guy that was like the stage manager for that, like he had such a stick up his ass. Like he could not wrap his head around like how we were going to do it. Like how it was going to get up and get done and get down, because he's like, in a fucking hour, the next thing goes. And I'm like, chill out, guy. Okay. Like we got this. All right. It's okay. And I remember at one point looking over to him when I'm I think I'm reading off prizes that somebody had won or something like that, And this motherfucker is like standing in the wings, like literally pointing at it, like tapping his watch and looking at me, like when I'm trying to fucking do my shtick, And I'm just like, calm the fuck down. Smash forward to hitting Tito with 2 pies, and 3 minutes after that, it's like we were never fucking there.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like calm down, buddy. All right, we got this.
Yeah, because
okay?
an army descended on that stage and put it back the way it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all licked up all the pie remnants.
Everybody gathered around Tito, licked it off him like a bunch of cats.
When I think about the times when we were shooting official convention video, but then we were also doing PoP stuff at the same time, and also I was getting married in a week. Oh my God. That's too much.
Yeah. You definitely conventions used to be your excuse to burden yourself with everything you could think of doing.
Yeah. And now I'm like, I want to burden myself with as little as possible.
Yeah.
And charge
Well
as
deserved.
much as possible.
Yep. Hey, remember in like the past 6 months that I hunted Whoopi Goldberg like she was an animal?
You know what? I don't know that I do remember that.
And it is not the first time that we've encountered Whoopi Goldberg at the Javits Center with cameras before. She was more into it prior.
That's so funny. So fucking funny. What a life, you guys. What a fucking life. Happy 15 years, y'all.
I recently told the story about me taking the fantasy football belt to India, taking it out on the WWE stage, and then my picture showing up in the Hindustan Times. And I just kind of, as I'm finishing the story, I just kind of had to think to myself, it's like, it was fucking stressful when we were there, but that is some shit that not a whole lot of people could say.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, I've got so many stories from just the nonsense that we've not even shared on the show because they sound unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah. And fucking social media is just full of bullshit stories these days anyhow.
Right. Yeah. But the shit we've got is, truth is sometimes stranger than fiction.
Yeah. The time we left
Fucking
Jose
wild.
at the strip club.
Oh, I just told Goat's wife that story the other day. She was like, "What?" They go, "Yeah, the whole thing."
And Goat was just at the hotel, just hanging out. Just
yeah, exactly. He was like,
he was
see
not
you later,
involved.
guys. Definitely wasn't there.
You guys go ahead. I'm gonna stay here and not.
I'm gonna stay here and read my Bible.
Not a lot of other people had an entire hotel redesign their lobby.
Yeah.
Ugh.
That time that Lee thought Jimmy Lloyd told him nice shirt.
Yep, he didn't. He was not talking to me.
Oh my god.
Oh my god damn. What a time. And then I come back and I tell the unbelievable story. And Kelly, like a true fucking G, said, "I'm gonna go verify this." He sure shit did.
And I come
I'm
back
not
and
gonna
I'm
leave you
like,
hanging out there.
and I'm like, "Yup, that sure was a shirt with a lady with jizz all over her face." And then we realized like a year later that it was Paige.
Yeah.
Fucking Soraya. Yeah. Oh, fucking wild, y'all. Absolutely wild. So much nonsense.
Making
What a life
memories for
we've led.
15 years.
Goddamn right. Fucking A. So what you got going on, Kelly? Anything we're talking about that happened like, recently?
I don't think so. I feel like I haven't been doing. I've just been getting all the snot out of my head finally. Like I still feel a bit congested, but I'm good for the most part.
Good.
I started taking a Benadryl before bed because like 45 minutes into trying to get to sleep, I'll start having like a sinus attack.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good move. That's a pretty good move.
Yeah,
I'm
I
mad
took
at that.
one at about 9:30 tonight, so we're gonna see if I can race it to the end of the show.
Fucking A. Love it. Love that shit. Tell me about this insane fucking bootleg Spider-Man comic that you posted the saddest shit from the world from the other day. This ridiculous spread with on a hospital bed.
Okay, so I've started buying things from Copacetic Comics. It used to be a comic shop in, I think, Philly, and then the guy that owned it sold the shop itself, but still kept the online business. And he just stocks real weird shit. So every now and then I'll go jump on, see what he added that's new, and then buy a bunch of stuff. And I found he had like 2 bundles of 2 mini comics each from this series called Grixley, and the covers looked cool, and I was like, all right, why not? They're $5 for 2 comics. I'll buy them. And I got them, and they're fun. They're very much my shit. They're like, it's made by a dude that buys and sells comics for a living. And boy, howdy, are they incredibly relatable.
Okay, sure.
So I went and just looked at the guy's store and found he's got a bunch of other books. So I bought some more issues of Grixley. And I just posted this in the Facebook group, Nice. He did a Spider... It's the Spider versus Vmon special edition comic. It's just his bootleg Spider-Man book that's mostly pages and pages of Venom just ripping people in half. But it sure is cool as hell.
It looks like some shit a 15-year-old would make.
Yes, 100%, and I love it. This is the kind of comics I like.
The true uncut shit.
Yeah, Kelly's officially read too many goddamn comics because this is what he's gotten down to now. Yeah.
Yeah, this is where I'm at this point.
Kelly,
but this is
when he sees a
the
book
guy
like
that posted
this,
that thing that I
sick...
shared in the group where he was talking about buying the first appearance of Colored Vision.
Yes.
I have that.
Wow, that's good.
It is wild.
Yeah, and
the
like
first appearance of all Colored Visions.
Yeah. But yeah, so in the middle of just all these pages of Venom ripping people in half, there's just the saddest page you've ever seen of Stanley dying in his bed. A nurse comes by, slaps the dentures out of his mouth, and then tells him he needs to sign a bunch of Funko Pops.
That's basically what happened, if I remember.
Yeah.
It was that, and then the other nurse was jerking him off in the shower.
Yeah.
Some wild shit, y'all.
There's
Absolute
also an
wild
extended panel, like there's another page like that where it's Aunt May just on the phone with the drug company trying to get her pills. And it's just them transferring her around to other people.
Oh my god. You know what? That is very relatable, Kelly.
Yeah. There's the other there's another guy that's been doing there's a guy named Matty Kane. He's been doing just straight up called bootleg Spider-Man comics. And those have been very good. Spider-Man has he's got his web gun now. And the trick to that is it doesn't shoot webs, it just shoots bullets and kills all the bad
guys. Touche, Spider-Man.
He got tired of having villains, so he just kills them all now.
That'd be fucked up. Imagine, like, you're the fucking Shocker or something, and Spider-Man shows up, and you're like, oh, he's got his fucking web gun. Oh, God, I'm shot.
And he's started to mutate, so he's got like a spider face now. So Mary Jane makes him just wear the mask all the time.
That's fantastic. That's so dumb. I love it.
That's the one where I sent the panel of Spider-Man and Stanley in a strip club, and Stanley's was like, "Face front, two believers. I want to see them titties."
Gee whiz.
Gee whiz.
I saw two different stories today. One about Dakota Johnson and Madam Web, and one about Kirsten Dunst and a possible another superhero movie. And Dakota Johnson just basically said, you know what? I don't think these movies are for me. I don't fit. Movies are made by committee now. They're not artists. This isn't my thing. Sorry, it didn't work out. Bye. And then someone asked Kirsten Dunst if she would do another superhero movie, and she's like, "Fuck yeah! You know how much they pay me for that shit? I got multiple kids in school. Call me, Marvel. You want?
I got kids.
Yeah, let's do Mary Jane's Last Dance. Let's go.
I'll be fucking Jackpot or whatever. Let's go.
I'll take that Gwyneth Paltrow check for doing 5 minutes of work.
Right. She can't even remember what movie she's in.
Mm-hmm. What is
That's
this?
the way to
Bootleg
go.
Spider-Man?
Love it.
Yeah, I would love a
After.
theatrical version of Bootleg Spider-Man.
Okay, I
Yeah.
just had a fantastic Nathan Fielder-esque idea.
Okay.
Because actors are so fucking stupid. If we
Okay.
we have to, the biggest hurdle is obtaining the capital. We need to get a big enough budget to where we could get a roster of just stupid, famous actors and actresses to do the worst superhero movie ever made. Just a prank of a movie.
Didn't they make superhero movie?
No. I'm saying like
I don't know, man. I just saw Madam Web, and that
Right.
movie feels like a fucking prank.
But
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
He-
somebody already beat you to this joke.
this is the level of prank I'm talking. They're shooting on like a green screen set, but the final actual movie has no CGI. It's just them on the CGI set, just on a fucking
Okay.
Apple box with dots on their faces.
Yeah.
All right, now I'm in.
Yeah,
Now you got me.
I'm sure there's more levels of evil we could go with, and that just takes a little brainstorming. But I think we'll get there.
Yeah, you got to put them on a press tour and everything.
Yeah. So, ballpark superhero movie these days is running 250 million.
Well, they did Madam Web for 80.
Okay.
You know what I
and
mean?
and
Like,
you
yeah,
got
that's-
you got Dakota Johnson, who's a relatively big star thanks to 50 Shades of Grey. You got
Sydney Sweeney's fucking huge right now.
Sydney
Yeah.
Sweeney on the come up,
Yep.
so you probably got her cheap.
Yeah,
She's in the second most popular Shakespeare adaptation of all time.
it's true. What's
Yeah.
the first most popular adaptation, Mahoney?
Romeo and Juliet.
That is exactly correct.
Is it for real?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's wild because I thought for sure Romeo and Juliet was one of those movies that no one saw or kids only watched on DVD.
Thought the same, but apparently it was tremendously successful.
All
They
right.
made like
Wild.
a bunch of sequels to that.
I like it, Lee. I could go with, let's say 100. 100 is more manageable than 250. We just need $100 million. And I
So,
think we could
if you're
prank
out there-
a bunch of Hollywood actors.
And you have $100 million. You want to do something cool with it? Send it our way.
Yeah, if you
Or
if you-
just
if
get
you're
us,
looking,
get us in touch with
to
Nathan
just-
Fielder and let him do the heavy lifting. He could pull together $100 million.
oh yeah, we just watched a few weeks ago when my in-laws were in town. The episode of Nathan For You where he sets up an entire dating reality show just to get over his fear of talking to women.
Yeah.
Such a great bit, tremendous bit. Loved it.
I don't know if
think you
these
might be onto
women
something.
actually like me or they just are acting like it because they think I'm a rich person on a reality show.
They might just want to be on television.
Though, what was it? The last episode of Nathan For You where he was trying to find that one dude's long lost love and he goes on Nathan goes on multiple dates with an escort and starts to fall in love with the escort.
What a genius. Fucking genius, that guy. Who knew? What you got, Mahoney? Cassie losing more fucking
Well-
fingers lately?
No, but we did officially adopt him finally. He got his health certificate, so we could actually fully adopt him.
Oh, hell
Yay.
Which is good because now we're in full control of where he goes for care and when he goes for care, and
yeah.
we don't have to coordinate anything like that.
You're going to
so.
be in control when you declare him for the NBA draft.
Exactly. He had to go and visit the fish doctor because that was the doctor on record for the rescue, and they were the ones who had to do his health certificate, and it was exactly as frustrating as it sounds because they were like, I don't know. It's like, are you fucking for real? Sign the goddamn paperwork. You're the ones who damaged him. Like, just sign it.
Like, sign it,
But
or
yeah,
I'll
that's
break
all
your
done.
fucking fingers.
Seriously.
Like, I don't think this cat has enough nerve damage.
Yeah. They're like, you might have nerve damage in the future. It's like, yeah, you did a bang up job. Can you sign the paper?
Yeah, I'd have
'Cause
nerve
in the
damage
future
too.
doesn't matter for sign the paper right now, you know?
I'd have nerve damage too if some quack was just slicing at my hands trying to take off fingers.
Exactly.
Oh, you got a hangnail? Chop.
Yeah,
Rub some
the
Nutella on it,
rescue
it'll
was
be fine.
like, nah, we're not accepting that you won't sign it for possible future issues. You need to just sign the paperwork and be done with it. And the guy signed away. So they've been great to work with. He has not, but they've been great to work with. So
I mean, look, I don't have a
Yeah.
ton of experience, but this is the shadiest sounding vet I have ever heard in my life.
oh,
Like, it is.
couldn't agree more.
It's absurd.
Couldn't agree more. I don't expect that he'll be involved over there much longer. Sounded like the whole relationship was pretty contentious at this point, so I don't
You
think
don't
they're getting
say.
along. Yeah, it's almost like he is a maniac. So
I'm currently catfishing him on Snapchat, and I'm going to try and get him to kill himself.
Okay.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Have him cut off a finger.
Yeah!
If you really loved me, you'd mail me a finger. That's
Hey,
what I want.
buddy, this is Sydney Sweeney. Send me a finger.
Send me a finger so I can put it in my butt.
Put that in the intro.
Other than that, I've just been watching Suits, all sorts of Suits. I'm on to season 7. I feel like you guys. So I lost Messenger. I know everybody lost Messenger for a little while, but I lost Messenger for almost the whole day. I didn't get it back till like 6 or 7 tonight. And I was like, you have all missed so much Suits. Lewis was going to be a father. He was getting married to a woman who was also dating some other man, and the other man impregnated her.
Yeah,
and
that's
Lewis was
fucked
like,
up.
I'm raising that baby. I don't even care. And then he screamed and yelled at her like he does to everyone, and she decided she didn't want to marry him. So now he's not a father.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
he's
good
got some
thing he
issues.
eats cock for breakfast.
He does eat cock for breakfast.
Lunch and
There
dinner.
was something else in a recent episode that he said that I was like, okay, get it together here. Yeah, a whole group of investment bankers moved in and they started like a blood feud. What else happened? Donna turned black. That
Okay.
happened for a couple episodes.
You said Donna turned black, and I Googled Donna Suits, and that is a white woman, so you have to explain yourself.
She is black on the inside. She made it very clear in the episode. There was a lot of detail put into this.
Like South African?
I don't know. She didn't specify from where. She just wanted the other black characters to know that on the inside, she herself is black.
Oh, okay.
And I believe she showed a picture of either a basketball star or like a music artist, and was like, "See, I used to date him, and so I am black on the inside."
Oh
It's
boy.
like, I don't think that's how that works, Donna.
I'm
but
sure that
okay.
went over great.
Then she wasn't black anymore. They stopped talking about that, and they made her a robot.
What the fuck?
Fucking Riverdale ass
They made her a
Suits.
robot. They turned her into the Donna, made her a robot.
No.
Oh, that's
Yes.
right. Yeah, there was
No.
Yeah.
an AI program.
Exactly, but they couldn't get the patent. It had too much overlap with an existing product. So the Donna had to be scrapped.
And the Donna
But
was born
now,
compilation Suits 10 minutes and
now
35
she,
seconds.
after being black and briefly being a robot, now she's a senior partner, like at the firm.
Well,
You may
yeah,
ask
that's how
yourself.
the career track goes.
You may ask yourself, but wait a minute. She is a secretary. She's not a lawyer. Why is she a partner at a law firm? I don't know. I don't know why.
Looking at this this preview of this post on Reddit, and the post is the Donna the dumbest thing to come out of Suits?
It might be.
Man,
it's
I don't
literally her
know.
having conversations with robot voice version of herself.
The world has proven that I don't think that's the dumbest thing, because we have seen that show up in real life several times at this point.
Yeah, that's not incorrect.
I think it's really nice
what else
of the
happened?
producers of Suits to allow someone who looks like the actor who plays Lewis on television.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He looks like a actual rat. Like he looks like a rat rubbed up against a genie lamp and wished to be turned into a man.
Yeah, that's a real character actor face.
Well, that's it. Yeah, like he plays that guy. You know what I mean? Like he's always gonna play that guy.
But like
And I
he
kinda
should
love it.
never have lines or be
Oh,
anything.
he should. No. You got to
I
give that
mean,
guy
when
lines.
you have lines like "I eat cock for breakfast, lunch, and dinner," he all the lines. Yeah, he definitely wants to have lines.
What a face. He's just got it all, doesn't he?
Yep.
He does. He does. He almost was a father, but he threw it all away because he couldn't hold his emotions in check.
Oh, what did he beat her?
Mike went to prison. So if you recall, Mike is a fake lawyer.
Right.
And the
former
entire
criminal? Current criminal?
current, former and current, really.
Yeah.
Like he started out as a drug dealer, and he would take law exam, like take the bar for people, and sell test questions. And then he was like, you know what, fraud. I should just commit fraud. That would be quicker and easier. So he started
I mean,
doing
that was fraud essentially already.
And
Yeah,
then
he was
met
like, a little bit of fraud is fine, but a lot of fraud would be better.
Well, he met a big time lawyer, and the lawyer was like, you know what you should do? And they both said at once, fraud.
Yeah. So then he was like, never mind, I'm going to be a lawyer now. And this whole law firm was just like, guys, I know that we could all lose our jobs and possibly go to jail, but you need to remember that Mike loves the law. So we have to do this.
He's just a one in a million talent.
And then
we
they helped
have
that
to
little
allow him
scamp.
to be a lawyer because he loves the law. And they just all went with it. And then there was a whole season where they're trying to bust Mike, and they're just ripping apart these people's lives. Donna's dad was going to prison, and they were like, remember, he loves the law. We're doing this because Mike loves the law. I was like, you met this man no more than 13 months ago. Like, you barely even know him. Because of what? The weirdest thing that's come out of Suits is, why would anyone do anything like this for Mike? Like, why? Why?
For an acquaintance.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like, you got a coworker you like, your most favorite coworker, would you go to prison for them? I doubt it, you know?
Well, it was like Lee said last week. He would help any one of us dispose of a body, but he wouldn't help us cheat on our taxes.
Yeah. But also, we have an actual relationship. Like, we have known each other for almost 20 years. Like,
Whoa.
this guy
Harvey
is
is
basically a
Mike's
stranger.
surrogate father, okay?
Oh, yeah. That's the problem. Every single one of them has emotional issues. They're just damaged.
Put that in the intro.
USA has characters.
So yeah, Mike went to jail. Then he got out of jail. And then now he had his Pinocchio moment. He's gonna turn it into a real boy. He's gonna be a real lawyer.
Oh shit! Look at that.
There's no real actual like good reason for it other than they were like, you know what? Now he's a real lawyer. And they do that thing they do on TV shows, especially TV shows like Suits, where they like spent a whole season being like, Mike wants to work at this non-profit legal clinic, like, because remember, he loves the law. He loves the law, so he's gonna work non-profit at this
like you
legal
do.
clinic. And then the whole season, they were like, "You're only working here until you can get your job back." And he was like, "I'm never leaving here. I love the law, and this is where I want to be for the rest of my life because I love the law."
I'm the
And then at
law.
the end of the season, he was like, "Fucking joke's on you. I'm going back to my law firm. Eat
Later,
shit."
losers. Time to
Yeah.
fucking stack cash, buddy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, he's got to marry the
Turns out,
future Duchess
I like
of
the
Sussex
law,
or whatever.
but I love money.
That's actually that literally should be the tagline of the show.
Yeah.
That is basically the gist of it. Every last one of them. Yeah, Meghan Markle's still on the show. I don't know when she leaves. I know she doesn't make it to the end, but she's still
I
around.
think she leaves next in season 8, I want to say.
I think, if I
Right,
remember
so
correctly,
then there'd be only one season without her.
Yeah.
she was in the first episode or maybe the second episode of The League as just,
Yes.
one of the hot ladies that come in and out of that show every so often.
Yes, she was.
She was a one shot.
Wild. The League is so funny. I see clips of that on TikTok every so often, and it is just so good.
That's insane.
What?
Just
That they show clips of the League on TikTok?
yeah, it's just I guess TikTok has everything, huh?
I had this conversation over the weekend. Apparently, there are accounts that like their whole deal is they just post clips from like shows
Absolutely.
from like 10 years ago and
Yep.
somehow monetize it and make a shit ton of money.
Just
Little
enough
1 to 3 minute
nostalgia.
clips.
You need a little bit of nostalgia and a consistent posting schedule.
And that's how
Yep.
Suits became one of the biggest shows in the world.
Basically. There have been moments watching Suits where I'm like, oh yeah, I saw this on TikTok. When Mike stood up and was like, they were like, Your Honor, these people don't give a shit about any of these people who are suing us for damages. And Mike was like, that's a 362-page brief in front of you. Pick any name and I'll tell you their story. And he like detailed it out. And I was like, oh yes, I definitely saw this clip. But yeah, this whole show is just a bunch of people throwing their careers away because some random dude they met really likes the law and
Yeah.
couldn't be bothered to go to law school. Even though he was able to go to law school, there was literally nothing stopping him from going to law school. He could have gone to law school. They could have found him, been like, wow, what a remarkable legal talent, and sent him to law school.
Mm-hmm.
But instead they were like, fraud. Let's just do a fraud. And I'm pretty sure
It's all
that
those
the head lady who just left, I'm pretty sure she just got herself disbarred trying to fix Mike. So
They got a head lady on that show?
yep. Well, they're all the one. Every single one of them uses goddamn like every second line.
Yeah, they love saying goddamn.
Oh, god
She does it better than any of them.
Oh, god
Yeah.
damn.
And now Harvey's saying fuck.
And now, out of the blue, I'm just sitting here minding my own business. And Harvey comes marching and he's like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah,
What,
I remember
we
that.
leave
That was
USA?
wild.
We on a cable channel, like a premium channel now? Like, what happened?
Well, that's the thing is that like at some point they figured out you don't have to be on a premium channel. It's like, oh yeah, South Park doesn't just have magically different rules than the rest of us. We're just not playing by them for some reason.
It's unreal. It was very strange.
I
The
wonder
first-
Oh yeah, it
jarring.
doesn't catch you off guard.
is
Yeah.
Yeah.
is one of the like guidelines is it has to be after 10 o'clock kind of thing?
As far as cable goes,
Yeah.
it's so long as it's just, I mean, if the advertisers are cool with it, play ball.
Right.
So like I think traditionally they would put that stuff on late, just for ease, I guess, but it doesn't have to be that way.
Mahoney, did you
like there's no legal stuff?
Yeah. Mahoney, did you ever watch Mr. Robot?
No, but I am interested in it.
That's a good
I'm
one.
aware of it.
I think you would enjoy that show.
Yeah, I'll probably get around to that one at some point.
That one is there's one episode in there though that the best viewing experience was when it aired live, and they don't replicate it in how it's presented now. Like it was a flashback episode, and all of the commercials were retro.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Like they just played
That's
90s
cool.
ads. It was fucking awesome. And I was like,
cool.
I bet
Did
that's
they
on
keep
YouTube or something.
it's gotta be. Because I talked to someone that watched it like on VOD or whatever, or they watched it on Hulu or something afterwards, and I asked them like, "Hey, were the commercials in there?" Like, no. I'm like, "Oh, you missed it." It's like they even showed old like Fox or old USA commercials too, where it was like this week on La Femme Nikita.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god. Unreal.
Yeah, Mr. Robot
Yeah.
rules. I think you'll like that.
I will probably be done with Suits by the next time we talk. So
Nice. All right. Well,
And I
Mahoney,
gotta
are
pick
you
a new
ready?
show.
Are you ready to talk about wrestling? Did you watch
Oh
Revolution?
yeah, let's. No, I sure didn't.
Did
Aw,
Mr.
damn.
Robot meet Alf at one point in that
That is
episode?
that episode where
Yeah,
he met
okay.
Elf.
Yeah, I think it was called
no
Master
shit.
Slaves. I
Yeah.
can't find the full episode with commercials on YouTube so far, but
Yeah, no, there was an episode with an Elf guest appearance.
yep, there's fucking Alf right
That's
there.
fucking tremendous.
And then the clip that they have from the official Mr. Robot has the goddamn Full House font.
Yes. Yes.
That's awesome.
Christian Slater a ghost?
Man, who knows? That's one where it was so long ago that I watched it where I don't recall anymore what he actually was.
Who's champs?
Who's champs? Brock still champs?
No. Someone tell Jose about Brock.
No, don't. It's better this way.
Brock.
All right. So Revolution, how do we want to tackle this? Do we want to
You're-
start from the
Skip
start
right
from
to the end. That's what I say. Just go right to the end.
I mean, this is your wheelhouse. We usually let you do the driving.
Yeah, I think the show is so good. We got to start at the top. We got to start at the
Let's
end.
start at the top.
Let's start with the main event. Sting, his huge retirement match, teaming with Darby Allin to defend the AEW tag titles in a tornado match against the Young Bucks.
I love how they never, or maybe I missed it because there was that period where I wasn't watching AEW. Well, when Sting debuted, I wasn't watching. But I love that they've never really explained why he's always in tornado tag matches. Sting's never hanging on the apron with the fucking tag rope.
Every once in a while he has.
Yeah,
He's done it a couple times.
Probably a couple times, but almost always it's tornado tag.
Because Sting wants to do cool shit.
Hell yeah.
He wants to jump off of stuff.
Now, leading up to this, we were talking about it a little bit, and because Sting and Darby have gone undefeated. There's been this killer run, and I'm like, you don't want to make him fucking lose his last match. And then Kelly piped in, and then Tito backed you up. You're like, hey, I'm a big believer in, you go out on your back, for the next generation, motherfucker. And at the time, you said that, and I'm like, I get it. Sure, okay. But then as we're watching the match,
He
I look
couldn't
over
lose.
Goat, And I'm like, if they lose, I'm burning the goddamn house down.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
They could not lose that match. Like that was one where by the end I'm like, yeah, no, Sting had to win this.
My only complaint
absolutely.
would be it was nice to give them the tag titles, but my only complaint is that now we've got to strip the tag titles and do a whole tournament now. That's my only complaint about letting him go out with a win, is that he had the belts and now they just got to dump him.
Yeah, that's disappointing, but I think it was worth it for the moment.
And
yeah,
really,
absolutely.
the way Sting got kind of railroaded, he deserved it.
Yes. And you know he wasn't going to want any other kind of title, and I think he just wanted the tag titles because it was fun with him and his buddy Darby.
Yeah. And then
if you listen to anybody talk about it, he didn't want the tag titles. And they all like kind of like, oh, come on, let's do it. Do the fucking belts. He's like, oh, I guess, okay. Like,
he should have dropped. They should have dropped the tag titles to his adult sons.
Yeah. His video game YouTuber son.
You know, I sent that to you guys, and I was like, this could be any motherfucker saying that they're Sting's son.
Right.
But I bet they had to work real hard to convince Sting to not lose that match.
But man. So what? So Sting went through 3 tables, a fucking pane of glass, some dumb fucking jumps. Darby went through that glass and almost died.
I could not believe when they pulled out the glass panes. I never ever thought in a million years that this was going to turn into a death match. And that's when I messaged in the group, Lee, you will never believe what they've just introduced to the match. Because you were like a full match behind us.
Yes, yeah, we had some technical difficulties and shit to start out with. But yeah, like, fuck, at some point Sting was like, let's just do a death match for the last one. Fuck it. And they had a blast.
Or do you think it was more like Darby being like, hey, Sting, you know what we should do? We should get glass. And Sting being like, hell yeah, brother.
Definitely. Yeah, it was definitely Darby. And then Tony was probably like, I don't know about this. And then Sting was just like, let the boy do his stuff.
All right, well, here's a clip of the Darby Allin
let's do it.
ladder spot onto
the slow motion
the
one.
glass. Oh, this is slow mo. I haven't watched it.
The best is watch the Bucks go in slow motion. No.
Oh. And then
what an insane fall that is.
I don't have it pulled up. I would have to find it. But the shot,
like, it's
after he lands and he turns over on his belly, and he
doesn't turn over. He bounces over.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
His belly, yes.
So they're shooting him laying there face down, and they're kind of zooming in on his back, and you can see the little pin pricks of cuts from glass on his back start to form. And then they all start to pool.
Hundreds of cuts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like I've never watched that happen on television before. I've seen blood drip from somebody's head, but I've never seen blood fucking just appear in numerous spots across someone's back.
I saw something today where Darby only ended up needing like 12 stitches.
Yeah, that's stupid.
What?
Well, because you got to think the cuts are all so small. They probably just had to bandage him up.
Heal up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just rolled him in salt.
All right, well, here's the shot real quick.
Here we go, yeah.
Yeah, he just bounced.
You could see him. You could
Look,
see the little driplets. And then they're like, fucking zoom in, bitch. And then it was, Mary said he looked like he had blood wings.
Yeah.
Yeah, his shoulders got fucked up.
Yeah.
Fucked up.
He
had and slid a little bit.
Yep. He had the blood eagle going.
Bounced.
I love the point that I saw a few people make about that spot. And it was the perfect way to have a great big visual spot but then also take Darby out of commission for essentially the remainder of the match. So it was Sting in a handicap match versus the Bucks, and every pinfall you thought, oh no, this is it. And then the motherfucker kept kicking out and kept selling.
The old men came to save him.
Oh yeah. Ricky Steamboat can still take a bump.
Drop him down into that table, and he... Yes. Oh, yeah, when fucking Ric Flair is just laying over in the corner, like, don't hit the stinger again. Get the fuck out of here, Rick.
When Rick, like, rolled over into the
suplexed him
glass,
through a
I was just
table,
like,
and then
Jesus Christ.
Oh.
There's that picture of him
that
laying in the glass, but he's, like, got his head lifted up off the mat.
Yep.
He's supposed to be unconscious, but his head is just hovering an inch above the mat. They busted that first pane of glass.
The shot. And like it was. I was gonna say that the angle was such that you got Ric Flair's head from the back.
Yeah.
With just his 9 strands of hair just holding on tight.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized that Ric Flair's head looks like half a nutsack. Like his head looks like one ball with a face on it.
Just red and glistening.
Half a nutsack.
You see?
But yeah, they pull the glass out and he cracks it with that bat, just to let you know shit's about to get nuts. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
Sends glass into the ring, and then they go brawling to the outside. And I was hoping somebody was in the ring sweeping up that glass, but no, they weren't. They just left it.
Not.
Just left it. Every time the ref would go down for a count and then start looking at their hand afterwards. Fuck, Jesus.
The second they brought those out, I'm like, oh shit, those look like shower doors.
Yep. 100% shower doors. They even had the holes.
Yep.
For like the handles and shit and the brackets.
I think they used that specifically because it's kind of stronger. And so it would help Darby break his fall a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. It holds up. It'll still
shatter.
shatter.
Look at it, I guess.
It'll still shatter because it's tempered glass, but it's a little thicker. You can maneuver it better. They were having a hard time moving that thing around. And then when one of Sting's sons and Darby took it from Sting, I'm like, fuck that. Sting's got gloves. Let him deal with it. Let him carry that shit around.
Right. It was fucking nuts. And cool, that his sons got to be involved. Cool that he won, that he had this, they fucking were trying to count him down at the end of the show, and he's like, no. Keep talking after the credits are going. No, fuck this. Let's go.
Yeah. No, it was cool. Great. They put up the rest of his like post-match speech on YouTube, so that was cool.
It really is a
now
one
Darby
of a
Allin
kind.
is planning to climb Mount Everest.
Oh,
yep.
It's a once in a lifetime. We've never really seen a wrestler be able to have a final match like this on their own terms.
Yeah.
And it almost 100%
More
of the
often
time.
than not, you have a match and you find out later, oh, that was their last match.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think that was the best last match. I would have to really go through and look at stuff to say for sure, but I think it is.
Because you can't say Ric Flair versus Shawn Michaels is the best last match because it fucking
he came
wasn't.
back for a bunch more matches after that.
You can't say Undertaker versus what was it? Undertaker versus Roman was supposed to be his last match, and then he came back to do another dozen matches, including that disaster in Saudi Arabia.
Yep. And that because of that, you can't put Shawn Michaels' last match in there either because of that one.
Yep. Which was against
Shawn
the Undertaker.
Michaels wrestled in Saudi Arabia?
Sure did.
Bro.
Oh my God.
It is one of the worst matches of all time. It's Undertaker and Kane versus Triple H and Shawn Michaels in Saudi Arabia. In, I think it was, 2021, 2022?
That
oh my
sounds
God.
right.
Really? Wow.
Just
Yeah,
embarrassing.
just a complete disaster.
And the worst part about it, bald Shawn Michaels. Couldn't even put on a do-rag or something.
Bald, wall-eyed Shawn Michaels in 2021. Jesus.
I mean, Edge's last match was a win at WrestleMania, but did he know it was going to be his last match? Because then he announced his retirement the next night. But
Yeah,
then
I don't think he did.
He's since come back. Brian Danielson's come back. You know what? That motherfucker, when he has his final match, that'll be on this level. But
God knows when that'll actually be.
he might still be doing it like Terry Funk.
Because that's the thing. When he says he's retiring this year, I think that just means he's cutting back his schedule.
Right. He's not going to be on the road every week. He'll probably be down to 5-6 matches a year, but they'll all be bangers.
Yeah. And speaking of bangers, he had that match with Eddie. That was fucking awesome.
Hell yeah, it was.
Okay,
well, what was not next, but before that was the championship match, right? Which was
yes, the
it's
triple threat.
Pretty wild when the champ is the least interesting part of a championship match because no shade at Joe. Samoa Joe was excellent, but the shit that Hangman and Swerve are doing right now is just on another level altogether.
Yeah, Joe just kind of found himself in the middle of this issue.
Right, yeah. And they've played it that way, which is good too. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like, I mean, I guess I'll be involved in your bullshit, but I'm keeping my fucking belt when we're done.
Yeah, don't take your eyes off the prize, bitch, because I'll choke you out. Joe's been a great champ.
Pounding on referees.
Oh my god.
I thought for sure the match was going to end with Paige somehow finding a way to purposely lose.
Well,
to keep Swerve from winning.
He did tap out, so
yeah, but I was expecting more of a like Swerve would have been in a submission hold too, and somehow Paige would have found himself in one to tap out to Joe first or something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he fucking, he not accidentally, but on purpose beat the shit out of 2 referees, and it's a dumb wrestling thing where you think that'd be like, okay, Mr. Hangman, you don't get to play in this match anymore. You keep hitting the referees, but they're like, nah, it's fine. Just keep going. We'll just keep sending them out there. It's like, all right, whatever.
Because it's a triple threat, it's no disqualification, right?
Yeah,
I guess, but damn.
He straight up
referee
pulled
unions
Paul
need
Turner.
to work on that.
He pulled Paul Turner out of the ring by his legs. Paul Turner's looking straight at him as he fucking yanks him off the apron and falls onto the floor.
What the fuck?
Incapacitated.
And then later on, he just fucking mounts Bryce's back and just starts punching him in the head.
Hell yeah. Hey, man, I'd go to some lengths too if somebody threatened my infant child.
Yeah.
And it home invaded me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing too when the Hangman's music hits and the crowd starts booing, I'd look over at Goat and I'm like, Swerve is objectively the bad guy in this
villain,
story.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hangman
100%.
is objectively the victim in this story. But Swerve is too goddamn cool for his own good.
Yep. I love when Paige just stormed out and he's like, fuck the pyro, don't care.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah. Oh, it's great.
Yeah, that was really good. Before that was Ospreay versus Takeshita, which was
holy shit.
The first of the 2 5-star matches I had in the night.
God damn.
What'd you say, Kelly?
Hose me down.
Hose me down.
That was legitimately one of the coolest fucking matches I have ever seen.
Yeah, incredible. Just them doing cool shit for almost 22 minutes.
Yeah.
Just wild shit. At one point, Ospreay did a straight up just Street Fighter 2 guile fucking flash kick. Just went from standing upright, did a backflip and kicked the man in the head and landed on his fucking feet. It was insane.
I do love how they were really milking those crowd shots in Greensboro. The cameraman and the director were probably like, holy shit, we haven't seen a crowd like this in fucking months.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Look, we don't have to frame any part of the arena out because there's no fans there.
Yeah. And
But
the
the match was
crowd
incredible.
was so hot all night. Like they were super into everything.
Bless their hearts. We had to go to bed at 10 because we were both sleepy. And those 3 matches, Osprey Takeshita, the triple threat for the world title, and then the Sting match. That was a lot.
Yeah.
That Osprey Takeshita match was some shit. Like I'll watch that again. You know what I mean? Like it's nuts. The stuff those two dudes do.
Busted out the Styles Clash.
Oh.
Yep.
Why not?
And like at the end when Osprey bowed his head to the fucking floor in front of Takeshita, it's like, yeah, that's the way to do it. These fucking dudes put on a clinic.
Well, because they're still buddies. They're still in the Don Callis family
Yep.
together, you know?
Yeah,
those
two are two of the very best of their generation, and it was cool to get them to see them do this match
in front of 16,000 people.
Yeah.
And then and at the later on at the presser, fucking Osprey comes out, and one of the first questions was some guy was like, now that you're here, kind of full time, like, what do you're clearly you're still putting it all out in the ring, but kind of what changes do you think you're gonna have to put into your style to kind of change over to like full-time American work? And he's like, more than anything, bro, it's gotta quit fucking swearing so much.
So they did the brain buster on the top rope or the top turnbuckle.
Yeah.
And Will like smashed his back on the turnbuckle and ropes on the way down and bruised the shit out of his lower back.
It started changing colors immediately.
Immediately. And someone asked about that in the presser, and he just goes, "Oh mate, my ass is fucked."
Like, can I show it? I want to show. I won't show you my chick though, but I want to show you. And he stands up and fucking pulls down half his pants.
Mr. Tony Khan, can I pull down my knickers?
Yeah, pretty much.
That in the intro.
Yeah.
Bro, let me show them more ass.
But he seriously had, by the way, perfectly toned ass, which obviously, right? But
yeah.
I mean, he was bruised from the bottom of his ass to the middle of his back. It was just, and it was all just different shades of the rainbow all the way up. It's like, fuck, man.
Yeah,
that was a good one. Yeah.
Oh.
And then Wednesday we got him versus Fletcher. That's gonna rock.
Yeah, and even Tony Khan was like, "We hope, we really hope he wrestles Cal Fletcher on Wednesday. We gotta make sure he's cleared first."
I hope my boyfriend Donkzilla is back from injury and we can reform United Empire against Don Callis' family. Bring in fucking Hawaiian.
Because they're gonna have to they have to get Will away from Callis.
Yeah,
like,
immediately.
Yeah.
Because everyone loves him so much.
Yeah.
I mean, they might.
He even came out of the face tunnel last night, like at the show. They didn't even fuck around, put him in the heel tunnel.
Mahoney, they have different tunnels if you're a bad guy or a good guy. That's how you know is which tunnel they come out of.
Interesting.
It's some real black hat, white hat shit, you know?
Are they decorated in different ways?
No.
Oh.
I guess we've never seen the inside of the tunnel, so I don't know. Like, the inside of the bad guy tunnel might be a bunch of posters like, "You're a dirty, dirty boy."
Yeah, I would expect the inside of the bad guy tunnel would have like
spider webs,
full page screenshot of Robert De Niro in the Joker. Maybe
Scarface.
A picture of Scarface sitting at his desk.
There's a bunch of demotivational posters.
Yep.
A cardboard Darth Vader standee.
Yeah.
like a Ghostbuster symbol, but inside is a Bud Light.
Tremendous.
So yeah, that was the Will Takeshita and then the Sting retirement had both of those at 5 stars. Those are my 1 and 2 matches of the year at this point. So
Full
we'll see how
5
long
hose me
those
down.
stick. Yeah, I don't see anything beating the Sting retirement match at this point.
It's so good.
Because that was just a perfect storm of just the perfect moment.
Yeah, the build up was good. The execution was good. It was just good. It was great.
Yeah. What wasn't great was the match that came before Ospreay Takeshita, which was the AEW Women's Title match between Toni Storm and Deonna Purrazzo.
I mean, just kind of unremarkable.
It's a shame.
And it might be because it came right after the BCC FTR match, which was also fucking wild.
Hell yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that was
That
a
was
killer
good.
match.
Mox was so pissed that Dax bled his own blood.
No, that was a killer match. And the FTR, I'm not a huge FTR guy, but this was a killer match. So I was a little gassed when it was over, but I don't think it would have mattered. Like it was okay. Maybe like
what
a
I
hard
want-
okay.
The lesson I want AEW to take away from this match is when Mariah May came out to Toni Storm's original music in her old gear and everyone popped. And then the timeless Toni Storm music hit and it was just crickets.
Oh,
It's like, oh,
yeah.
maybe they don't want this gimmick. Have you considered that?
I don't know. I kind of like it.
I mean, it has to at least run its course with a Tony Mariah feud at some point.
They
So
gotta get there sooner rather than later.
It probably Double or Nothing, I would assume.
Yeah. Because I've
I
been
would-
very impressed with Mariah May so far.
Yeah.
Mariah May is great.
Legit.
Mariah May is
Great.
fantastic.
I'm
I'm so glad she's great. She's having good showings because I thought people would think I was insane for putting her over as much as I did.
No,
She
she's
might
really
be
good.
the best women's wrestler debut that they've ever done.
Yeah.
Well, because wasn't her first match against Sheeta? Or am I making that up?
I don't think so.
Rashida Jones.
I think her first
Yeah.
match was
Rashida
against Queen Amanada.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be.
Because it helps that
Amidala.
Mariah May is just a psycho and beats the shit out of people and will take insane bumps.
Yeah. And everything she does looks like it hurts.
Yes.
Yeah, so much so that I hate her gear. She's got like this, frilly bubblegum gear, and she needs better gear to match like her style and the way she wrestles, I think.
But that's her. She's just like the Barbie
Yeah,
who just
I
beats
guess
the
so.
fuck out of people.
Yeah, and my God, speaking of gear, like Deonna Purrazzo's gear was rough. Like just the colors were all bad. Like there were words on her tights, but the colors were so shitty and there was so little contrast you couldn't even read what the hell they said.
She really likes browns.
Yeah, and but like her skin is a very olive shade to it as well. So like it just looks like one flesh-colored mask. Like it doesn't do her any favors. It's not
Do
good.
you prefer that she not like the Browns, Kelly? Is that what you're trying to say?
No.
I was surprised they didn't go with like a matte chain wrestling vibe for that match because they kept promoting that they were both going for submissions, but it really wasn't that type of match.
No.
It wasn't any kind of match. It was just kind of there, like sandwiched between two tremendous matches. You had this kind of right in the middle. It's very unfortunate. Very unfortunate.
It's weird because while I have enjoyed parts of the Timeless Toni Storm character, you can't say that her matches have been better since. In fact,
no, she's
definitely not.
regressed so much as an
because she's
in-ring wrestler.
pulling back on her style because of the character. But part of the appeal of Toni Storm is her wrestling ability and her fucking decapitating people with her ass.
Yeah. The problem with the gimmick is that she doesn't wrestle to the gimmick. Like, if she went out there and just, like, wrestled kind of like an old school grappler, that would be cool.
Yeah,
but
just,
I don't know.
getting into fisticuffs,
Yeah. But I don't know
She does
what
it a
she's
little bit.
doing. She does a little bit, but not enough. She doesn't play to it enough.
The match did not live up to the cool black and white and color effects that they did leading up to it.
Yeah, and this like the I thought the feud itself was solid. Like this is easily the best stuff they've done with Timeless Tony.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it all makes sense.
Yeah,
But
But
again,
just kinda,
they got to stop.
Myth the end.
They got to
Yeah.
stop debuting women in AEW, immediately putting them in a title program and having them lose. It diminishes everyone that they debut. You know who they're not going to do that with? Some of that big
Who?
business.
Rashida Jones.
Rashida
Rashida
Jones.
Jones.
Hikaru Rashida Jones.
Like you've got to with Mercedes, you can't put her in there with Timeless Tony. Like that just doesn't work. You know?
Yeah, that would be
Oh, is
ridiculous.
that the rumor for big business is Mercedes?
No, oh yeah. But she's probably going to go up against Deeb, or at least
Ugh.
start a program with Deeb.
Ugh.
Did you not know that it was supposed to be Mercedes coming in at big business, Lee?
No, I didn't know who it was gonna. I figured somebody, but I didn't know
Yeah.
who. I don't know what the talk was.
Rumors are that it's her
An
and
internet
Okada.
meme. Lee doesn't know it's supposed to be them at big business, and he doesn't know it's single internet meme until we tell him about it.
That's true.
Accurate. I mean, look,
He's living a
who I
blessed
am.
life, actually.
Mm,
You know,
I
sometimes
think he.
when
would
I
enjoy
share
some
the
memes.
weird shit that we find on Twitter in our group, I feel bad because it's like not everyone should be burdened with some of this fucking mental illness that I have.
No, I disagree.
Yeah, but
I think they
yeah,
need
I
it.
think we need to support each other. Yeah, we got to see each other through the darkness.
Not
So,
everyone needs to know about the bootleg fucking Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory experience.
No, absolutely everyone needs to know about that.
I still
And
don't
then
know.
I still don't even know if Lee understands the Cerveza Cristal stuff.
That shit's
I don't
cool.
get that. I don't understand I don't know the Willy Wonka thing. I don't know, like, people are apparently very upset for this Meghan Markle person, and I don't know why they're
No, not
worried.
Meghan Markle.
No?
Kate Middleton is missing. She's
Kate
been
Middleton
dead.
is missing, yes.
Murdered.
Which one is she?
BBL. She is Prince William's wife.
She's going to be the queen someday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Assuming
Okay, so she's the one that he's married to now, right?
Yeah.
Not
yeah,
Meghan
and then
Markle.
they were all like, we're gonna go out and not be royals no more and some shit, right? And they like,
No,
well, that's
no,
Harry.
No.
That's
the other
Harry and
one.
Meghan Markle.
Who's from Suits.
Right.
oh,
Yep,
there's two
Suits.
of them.
Yeah, there's two different
Yeah.
ones.
Well, Kate Middleton was the first wife of the Sons.
Oh, okay.
William's
She's
Now
wife.
she's been
Duchess
missing
of
for
Sussex.
weeks. Yeah,
But
sorry,
didn't they-
Lee, you probably don't know her as Kate Middleton. You probably know her as the Duchess of Sussex.
But like they liked her, right? It's the Meghan
Yeah.
Markle they don't like.
Right. But
Right,
the thing
'cause
with Kate Middleton,
and Meghan Markle have a very there's one thing very different about them, and they like Kate Middleton just fine.
Yep.
it's true.
My man ain't wrong. Tell
Yeah,
him when he's
all right.
telling lies.
I just don't know. I have no fun.
But I did have to.
or just like hasn't been on TV or something.
We don't know.
No, just on the internet. She's missing. Nobody's seen her. She's missing. And then I believe, I think it was the Palace was like, oh look, she's right here in this car, and it is definitely not her. It is definitely not a picture of her.
You know what's weird about these kind of trending topics, like the Willy Wonka thing, the space above the door, what am I going to put there? And then the Cristal beer ads. So that one in particular, the concept of it is back in, what was it, Chile? When they would show Star Wars on TV, they would air it commercial free, but cut in commercials into the movie that look like they're actually in the movie. So Obi-Wan Kenobi goes to open up the chest with the lightsaber in it. Instead of pulling out the lightsaber, he pulls out it's somebody else's hand pulling out a crystal bottle of this Chilean beer or whatever.
Pretty good.
I see that and I'm like, oh, that makes sense that I'm seeing this because I'm a fucking Star Wars dork. It makes sense that this is ending up in my feed. But then I see it on all the social media sites. And then
everywhere.
and then it becomes one of those things that becomes a meme and everybody's making crystal memes and photoshopping it into old movies. And I stop and I think to myself and it's like someone is puppeteering all of this. They're deciding what is going viral and what everyone is going to talk about. And yeah.
See, I haven't seen a single one of these memes. This is one I don't know anything about. Nope, not a single one.
It'll hit you eventually. You're too deep in the wrestling mud from the past few days.
My feed's full of Dune Bucket.
Yeah. Well,
There's
you're
a
a couple
Dune
weeks
Buckets
behind
out there.
then. The Dune Bucket has been going strong for a few weeks now, so the Star Wars memes might be coming to you shortly.
You know, I might just glaze over it because it's Star Wars.
That's possible. You're probably getting served it. You're just not paying attention.
Yeah, because I see a Star Wars and I just keep scrolling.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but it's not even a Star Wars anymore. You're seeing like a clip from Lord of the Rings, and they've put the crystal like it's everywhere.
Yeah, you'll see it.
It might not be until I see a Godzilla holding it.
It'll happen.
I bet you see that like tonight. It'll be really freaky.
Back to Revolution real quick.
Yes.
So we talked a little bit about the Blackpool Combat Club FTR match. I don't know if we have to go any further depth into that.
Yeah, I don't think we have to.
But it was great.
Very good.
It was a hot match.
Do we think it's a way to just write off FTR for a while Gunn has a court case?
I mean, possibly, but they could also end up facing each other in the finals of the tag team title tournaments again.
Could be.
It does seem like they're trying to create a rivalry between these teams, which is something that you need. You need to build on these rivalries for the future. But I wanted to talk about the Roderick Strong versus Orange Cassidy match for the international title. Not because of the match, but because of Roddy's weird hooded cape and mask that he wore to the ring.
What the fuck?
That cape was so bad.
My only possible explanation that I've come up with is that he's got a young son, and he was like, you know what, buddy? I want you to pick my entrance attire for Revolution. And the kid's like, fuck yeah. Gray hooded cape and then fucking paintball mask, Dad. Let's do it. He's like, you got it, buddy. That's all I can think of. But also the thing that made it worse is he was just wearing the cape with the hood and not any sort of like pants with them. And he's just wearing his little tights and his t-shirt underneath it.
It was powerfully stupid to look at. And
it really looked like he just took some drapes. Yeah.
Like,
it's got to have
some kind of a payoff, but he just did it straight.
It's got to have some meaning behind it. And then Kyle O'Reilly, bless his heart, who I've always said looks like a school shooter, came back looking like even more of a school shooter. Like looking like
I saw Kyle O'Reilly in the background, like on the ground as he was coming into the ring. I thought someone had just jumped the barricade. Like I legitimately did not realize that it was him.
There is a vagrant.
Yeah, I thought that fucking big black security guard with a killer beard was finally going to get a chance to kill somebody. That would always seem super chill, but he could fuck you up if he had to.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
but
Roddy had
to kind of do nothing?
Yeah, Roddy had to win this match, like, just because the Undisputed Kingdom needed some kind of momentum if they're going to be the big bad guys.
Well, there's the storyline that they set up immediately after World's End is that they're all going for specific championships. Roddy's going for the international title. The Kingdom already has the ROH tag titles. Wardlow's going for the world championship. And that's all. Wardlow's the last one, right? And then Wardlow's supposed to give the title to Adam Cole when he's healed.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of, that was a pretty wild scramble.
I missed most of it. I had to take a shit.
You know what? They could have removed one wrestler from that match. I'm going to let you guess who.
It was strange.
Lance Archer.
It was real weird. Like, they kind of did this bit early on when they cleared out all the like non-giant beefcakes.
Mm-hmm.
And the crowd went fucking wild.
They actually had Meat Madness.
Yeah.
Which is what everybody was excited about. And then the little guys got in and kind of tried to have like their little bit too that, you know, hey, this is us and not the big guys.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody gave a fuck.
Well, because Jericho was running things. He's like, come on, guys, we can do this too.
Yeah, see, I don't think everybody else heard it that way. I think that's a you thing.
No, that's how everyone saw it.
Okay. Yeah, everyone else sure does hate that Chris Jericho.
Everyone is starting to come around. They're not singing his song like they used to.
That's probably true.
It's time for him to go away for a while.
Yeah, no, because he's always done that.
Right, exactly.
That's been a big part of his longevity, is just taking breaks, coming back, reinventing himself, and he has not gone away since AEW started, and he needs to.
Tito said something recently that AEW is starting to lose him, and I do not agree with that. I think they got so much great shit going on right now, but every time I see Chris Jericho, it pisses me off. I just know it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck the air out of the room. It's going to be 15 minutes of TV I'm not going to want to watch.
So serious about this Chris Jericho's.
I feel like we're definitely in a better place than we were just a couple months back during Max's reign of terror.
Mm-hmm.
So like I am nowhere near the most down that I've ever been on the company right now.
There's still problems here and there. The women's division, Chris Jericho, the end.
Getting there. It's mostly good. You know what I mean? It's mostly good. And, you know, fuck. Isn't that really all you want from anything? Just for it to be mostly good?
Yeah,
you know?
Mostly good compared to every WWE pay-per-view from 2010 to 2018, which was just bad. Just intentionally bad and disrespectful.
No, there was some good stuff in there.
Okay, it's a little hyperbole. But we went through a lot of bad, intentionally bad wrestling shows.
I would go 2016 to current for bad WWE. Because, like, 2011, you had the CM Punk Summer of Punk stuff. That was all really good. 2015, you had John Cena's, like, PWG run, where he was just facing all the former indie guys and having crazy good matches.
The U.S. Open.
Yep. You had the whole Shield run in there.
Yes. Okay. I take it back. There was some good shit then.
Yeah, no, there was a bit where WWE was like legitimately really good for a while.
But there was also a lot of stuff where they just hated their fans. And I was thinking about this today. With the advent of streaming, not only did a lot more fans get opened up to WWE through, like, you remember when Netflix would have all the documentaries on there, or like the compilations, and then Peacock happens where you could watch the network happened, and then Peacock happened where you can go back and watch all the shit from the past, and then you get all the pay-per-views for free, and it's like, well, of course they're in a boom period right now. There's a whole generation that's grown up watching WWE streaming at any point that they want.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And it's one of the things that's holding AEW back is that they are not streaming. They are not easily accessible to people without cable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right.
When-
100%.
When AEW hits like Max or wherever it's going, they're gonna. I feel like there's gonna be a bump. It might take a while to see that bump, but it's got to happen.
I never thought of it that way, but I think you're completely right. Because I mean, that's how I watch it. I VPN it and I watch it on Fight.
Yep,
You
same. Thank you for the advice.
That's my hot insider trading. But yeah, that's how I would do it. And as soon, like you said, and you go and they do the same thing. You can do all the pay-per-views. The pay-per-views are discounted through Fight, which you imagine would probably be similar or if not free on Max, whatever the case may be.
That's the problem, though. It's the barrier for entry. Like Meltzer said, WWE fans are poor, AEW fans are rich.
Yeah.
And you know what? But maybe we don't want the pores.
You know, maybe we don't.
I mean, you know,
I am all for gatekeeping.
Yes, more gatekeeping.
We left our gates open too long.
good fences make for good neighbors.
You leave a gate open long enough, somebody's bringing you a giant.
Yeah,
You've heard that,
we know
right,
what
Lee?
it's like at Panels on Pages, leaving your gate open for too long. We let all kinds of psychopaths into our inner circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just personality disorders abound.
It was like a punishment on Impractical Jokers. It's like, now you have to hang out with this guy.
We're not talking to anybody that's listening currently.
I highly doubt it.
We'll be talking about you in another 15 years.
Yeah. But right now, y'all the best.
The greatest.
Fucking road dogging it. And then the last one was they had the Eddie and Brian.
Yes.
After
Eddie and Brian, awesome.
Scramble.
Those
very,
dudes,
very good.
I know it was just a fake wrestling match, but they legitimately looked like they were shooting on each other for 90%
They beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
Like, they beat the hell out of one another. It was very, very good.
Did you see the like backstage promo thing with those two?
Yes, you shared that.
Yes.
Yes, so good.
So nice.
that was
they're
great.
Friends.
That was a great match. And I think it had a good spot in the card too, because
Yes.
the scramble thing is, I think everyone kind of had to know it was going to be weird. And like, I don't really remember much about the TNT title match.
I don't really either. I think it was fine.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the problem when you have a 5-hour show.
Yeah, right.
And two
Like,
all-time classics on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, the highs were so fucking high that it's very easy for anything else to be kind of mid or
Yeah.
Mother Wayne has been giving drag queen vibes recently.
Mother Wayne has been given spit in my mouth and say please vibes.
See, what I said in the Slack was she looked like someone you would see in the background of a dancing bear video.
Mahoney, you know what
one
that's
of the non-participants.
like. Yes. Just an observer.
Yeah, and
Yes.
like maybe the bear would walk by and she'd be like, "Oh, no, thank you."
Very good, very good. No thanks.
Yes.
None for me, thank you.
Oh my god. Fucking tremendous. Oh. Fuck, that's a great joke. If you know, you know.
Yep.
No disrespect to
None.
the competitors in that match, because Christian Cage is maybe one of the all-time wrestling heels just based on this run.
Yes.
Who knew he had it in him?
Yeah, he's been
I
great.
have literally never enjoyed Christian to this degree.
No.
Like, never.
Certainly, no, never.
Like I've never had a bad thing to say about Christian. You know what I mean? It's
But it's
kinda
always been
there. Like, oh, cool.
Edge and Christian, you know?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, like hell, I remember when they made a big deal about his signing with AEW. I was just kind of like, Oh,
Huh, yeah.
okay, all right, you know. And it took a minute to find his fucking groove, but man, when he found his lane and buried into it, it's been fantastic.
Hell
Just
yeah.
fantastic stuff. You notice Sting's dad died. Christian didn't say shit. He wouldn't fucking dare.
You know, Sting, I heard your dad died recently.
Scorpion Death Drop. It's a shame your father wasn't here to see your retirement match.
That sucks.
Yeah. Good wrestling is good, y'all. It's a fun time.
Tremendous show all around.
I'm stoked for Dynamite tomorrow. I'm stoked for the next few months, really.
Yeah, so I can keep that ball rolling.
Got
He
to.
shows up at
we're in a
fucking
good
big
spot.
money. Or big money, big business, whatever it was. Watch John Cena come for the TNT Championship. Not gonna lie, that would be fucking amazing if that happened.
Some real interesting rumors going around about John Cena in relation to the whole WWE lawsuit.
Oh, I don't want to hear that. He's so pure.
Yeah.
I don't want that to be a thing.
He's
very close to Vince.
He's just weird enough. I mean, if you're that close to Vince, either you know or you don't. Right?
Yeah.
Either you have no idea or you know all of it. And
Yes.
he hooks it up.
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah, there's definitely no middle ground there. That's for sure. I want to believe he didn't know, but I guess we'll find out soon enough. Fucking hell.
His answers to being asked about it too have not been doing him any favors.
Oh, see, I haven't seen any of that stuff.
He was on
following
Howard
that.
Stern, I believe, and they asked him about it, and it was something to the effect of,
was that a current clip? Because I saw a Howard Stern clip from like years and years ago.
the
that was going
Canyon
around.
one.
Okay, that's what it
I
was
think
about?
the
All right.
Canyon one came back up because he was on Howard Stern again,
Okay.
and it was they asked him about Vince, and he was like, you love who you love, and
What does that mean?
it means he loves Vince McMahon, and he's gonna love him no matter what. And this is just a stumbling block that we need to get past. I love the man. I'm sorry. I love him. We'll get through this.
All right.
Real weird.
Okay,
Weird
that is
stance to take. The perfect stance to take is, if this shit is true, that's awful.
Yeah. That literally has to be all you say about it,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Because that's the truth. You know what I mean? I guess technically it's all alleged at this point, So if it's true, it's fucking terrible. But it's probably true. Big ass asterisks. Allegedly.
Oh God. Help me if they air any of the Vince McMahon trial on YouTube. I will
Oh
be
my God.
glued to it. They definitely subpoenaed his phone. We've seen some of those text messages.
Just riddled with misspellings and bad grammar. Just to be clear, that's not the worst part of the message.
No.
It's indicative of the
Yes,
behavior
just,
of the individual, though.
Just to make sure everybody knows, not my biggest gripe with the
Mhm.
message.
Mm-hmm. Whenever I make a typo in like one of our group messages, I'm so thankful. Shout out Kristen for letting us know that you can edit your misspellings in Facebook Messenger now for a certain amount of time. Because every
that's amazing.
time I do a misspelling, I'm like, oh, these guys think I'm some sort of sexual deviant, some sort of abuser pervert, because I'm over here misspelling words. I'm using the wrong tense of there.
Just the porn addiction, that's all.
Yeah.
Just in a rush to get back to it.
Remember that?
Always.
We know porn addiction. And I, sir,
do we?
do not have a porn addiction.
Yeah. It is always pretty cool
Fair.
whenever you find that person that, like, you know, whoever this person is, whatever we're talking about, this is a very abstract concept here. Like when you see that person who perhaps on some level displays or embodies a trait about yourself that you find negative.
Yeah.
Like the thing that you don't like about yourself, this person also has it. But then this person also has it to a Michael Jordan championship level of whatever your fucking thing is you think is wrong with you. When this person can just do laps around you with their nonsense, that is a wonderful person to have in your life. And we got a few of those. I think that's really wonderful.
I had a moment the other day that I was just like, thank God for the internet, because we wouldn't know about any of this shit unless people put it on the internet for us to read.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And luckily, people will put anything up because they're all fundamentally broken.
Back in the day, we used to have to
anything.
We used to have to start rumors.
Yeah, you don't even need to anymore.
You don't even need to.
Yeah.
You can just
Unfounded and completely fabricated. Just make up some shit about some person.
Honestly, I couldn't make up some of the rumors. I couldn't make up rumors as wild as some of the shit that people publish on the internet.
No, you can't. People would say it's fake. It sounds too fake.
Yeah. They'd be like, huge if true.
Oh, what some people will do for validation. Now, if you think we're talking about you, we definitely aren't. It's fine.
Then sometimes I see my Facebook memories come up, and I was like, oh God, I put too much shit on the internet back then. Way too much stuff on the internet.
Didn't we all?
Don't do it.
Didn't we all? But
Yep.
the rest of us learned before we
Yes.
drove over the cliff and started posting just shit that you shouldn't even tell anyone. Don't tell your therapist that.
Don't even tell yourself about it.
Yeah.
Really.
If you start to have that conversation in your brain, you need to ask
Stop.
to leave.
That's the type of shit
Leave.
that should create a split personality to protect you from your own thoughts.
Well, there's some of that too. Bless your heart,
That's
everyone.
how people.
Everyone
That's how people
listening.
get personas.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Like I said today, there really are just all kinds of people.
You
All
said that
kinds of
about
people.
that one picture, and I was like, "Are there, Lee? There's like one kind of person in that picture, maybe 2 or 3 people in a picture of 15."
The fetal alcohol poisoning support group picture?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. We'll be back next week. I think Jose will be here. And in which case, we got a pretty fun thought
You
experiment.
know what?
Genuine pop topic to go
I will
through.
not be here. I will be at a work thing.
God damn it.
At
Sorry.
night?
Well, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Ew, gross. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Well, we'll keep that topic in our back pocket.
Yeah, then we won't do it then, because I think it's a good one. There's legs on it. So never mind what I just said. We'll do some fucking nonsense next week. It'll be great.
Something.
Or maybe
will
we
happen.
won't.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows? Fucking maybe we'll play some new Fortnite. Who's to say? So yeah.
Oh,
But
there should be
regardless,
new Fortnite by then.
that's what I'm saying. Maybe we'll make it work after all. We'll see.
Mahoney's
So,
like, maybe
for
I'm not
Jason
doing
Eyes-
a work thing after all.
Yeah, I'm like, well, no, don't do that.
I mean,
Why don't you talk about wrestling?
What's some other fucking nonsense? Jason Eyes, Kelly Harris, our good buddy Mahoney. I am the Lord Reverend Lee Rodriguez. Talk to you guys next week, most likely at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central at youtube.com/panelsonpages. Night. Love you. Goodbye.
Did you monetize this?
You fucking Google ass bitch.
Did you monetize this? Did you monetize this?
Fucking Google something.
Did you monetize this?
Holy shit.
Did you monetize this?
You fucking Google ass bitch.
Did you monetize this?
I didn't want to say it.
Did you monetize this?
What are you, some kind of bitch?
Whoa.
Did you monetize this?
You fucking
Google ass bitch.
Did you monetize this?
Why you keep bugging us, YouTube?
Did you monetize this?
You fucking Google ass bitch. That's it. Show's over. We're done.
See you next Tuesday.